show you some cool devices all for G major. Now when you have a progression, you know, you kind of analyze it to see how to play over it. And this progression was starting with the G major chord, so it's some kind of G major. Any of these devices that I'm going to show you actually work the exact same in E minor. E minor is the relative minor of G major and vice versa. So any licks in G major also work for E minor. The reason this is G major is because the set of chords has the G as its tonal center. But it does have an E minor in there, and then A minor. But it always feels like it starts and ends on that G chord. That feels like home base. All right? Now, the devices I'm going to show you are maybe not the first one that you learn. It's not the first one I learned, but I'm going to just show you a bunch of little pieces, and then we'll see what you can do with it. Basically, I want to know where my roots are to kind of plug in my shape, and here's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to find my G note, and I'm going to use the G right there. It's the 10th fret of the A string. So that's the root I'm kind of like plugging my shape into. And I'm going to put my pinky there because I'm going to play the position down below, but it resolves to that note right there. Now, first thing I'm going to show you is just the G major pentatonic scale. In other words, there's no half steps. It's like, you know, one approach to this progression, and it would look like this. That's the root, but the whole shape would be 7 to 10 on the low E, 7 to 10 on the A, then 7 to 9 on the D, 7 to 9 on the G. We've got the 8th fret on the B, 10th fret on the B, then you've got the same thing on the high E that you do on the low E, and that's 7 to 10. So even over the progression, I was just kind of climbing up and down that scale, a little experience, but you know, really just the major pentatonic there, right? But you can add some half steps to that, and sometimes it's like referred to like modes and stuff like that. But we're gonna just add some of the half steps to make it the full G major scale, like the do re mi fa sol la ti do thing. So that's still our root. And by the way, I just want you to see where another root is in this position. It's going to be that middle finger on the B string right there on the 8th fret. Okay, so here are the half steps. We're adding one right here on the 8th fret of the low E. So then you'd have, then we're going to add a note right here on the 9th of the A. Silver bell, silver bell. Same thing on the D string, which is 7, 9, 10. Then on the G string, it just stays the same. It's just 7 to 9. But now we're going to add 7 on the B. So you'd have 7, 8, 10 on the B. Then you'd have 7, 8, 10 on the high E. So watch, same thing. any time, and I think what works pretty well is thinking of it as the major pentatonic without the half steps, and then add the half steps in little spots to add extra flavor. And there's a lot of trial and error involved, you know. And you can see one thing I did, you know, like sequence, like. Major pentatonic. Half steps added. So we've got major pentatonic, and then we've got the full major scale. And they're both really good. And now I want to show you a really, really cool, it's called an arpeggio. It's basically just it's just a G major chord, but you're playing the notes of it one note at a time. And there's a little spot in this position that I've been using a lot. I've been really enjoying it. And like I said, this will work for E minor as well, but we're using it in the G major setting. And it looks like this. We start on the root. Then I'm playing my ring finger on the 9th fret of the D next. Then I play the 7th of the G with my index finger. So you got, that's the G major arpeggio. But then we're going to keep going, and we're going to go middle finger right here on the root again, which is the 8th fret of the B. And then 7, 10 on the high E. So check it out backwards. Hammer on pull off right here is nice. Little sequences too, like in the arpeggio, like. But then also mixed in with the major pentatonic scale and the scale runs as well. So when you combine it together, when you add that little arpeggio, it's another dimension that you have, another like melodic device. Hope that was helpful to you. Remember, you can get extra stuff by putting your info down there. Otherwise, we'll see you in another lesson real soon. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you later.